The opinions in this podcast are solely those of the creators and do not reflect the opinions of the filmmakers involved. If you are of legal drinking age, feel free to have a drink with us, but please do drink responsibly. You're listening to Cole-astic Cinema.
Oh, hi, Mark.
I'd like to take his face off.
With your host, Fabian Salazar. Same love for like Tropic Thunder. And Cole Butterfield.
Nouveau shamanic acting.
Where we talk about movies, most of the time.
That he then made out with and grabbed his own ass.
So come along for a ride and have fun.
I wonder if we'll be able to pick up you meowing. Probably. You will meow for attention. It's what you do. You just got to remember that you know who Fabian is.
Giddy, 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 giddy. Hey, sweetheart.
Nope, did not hear that. Heard that, but did not hear the cat.
You are
Robert!
Hey, dude.
We're doing the preamble, then we'll jump into the movie.
You are listening to Cole-astic Cinema, where we get drunk and talk about movies. And half the time, we actually end up finishing the episode.
2/3 of the time. Let's give ourselves some a bit more.
It'll give us a little bit more credit than that, I guess.
Barely passing, like a nice C, nice solid C average.
C's get degrees.
Hey, we could still be doctors with C averages.
Yeah. Those of you who are in college, just make it through. You can do it.
Then as a college dropout, I have to say, idiots.
Yeah. Such a fucking waste of money.
It'd just be like me and have your debt come from medical bills instead of fucking college. Come on, guys.
There it is. God, I'm so happy I'm done with school. Anyway, so we are going to watch, and I'm super, super fucking excited, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
I am so hyped for this, mostly because I like any movie that has a needlessly long name.
yeah, like Birdman.
Like Birdman or
Doctor Strangelove.
Or with how I learned to stop worrying about the fact that I'm playing a Batman offshoot in a 2000 movie before I actually play Batman again and just love the bomb. It's too long of a title for Birdman.
Yeah. What is that in acronym? Oh, sorry. I scared the shit out of MJ. So yeah, I've been looking forward to watching this movie for a really long time. I unfortunately didn't get to see it in theaters. It was really sad. That was one of those things where it's like, I need to go see movies by myself because it's one of those things where like I feel like I'd appreciate it and everything. I usually just don't end up going because I don't have anybody to go with, but I also feel like, hey, let's take myself out on a date and go watch a fucking movie. Oh, no, same here. That's something like we were mentioning earlier off mic about me taking myself on a date to see theater. I also want to take myself on a date to see a movie because the last movie date I took myself on was Hall Pass with Owen Wilson and Jason Sudeikis, and I really got to make up. I haven't slept with myself since then, and I've really got to make up for that because like I did me dirty having that be a date night movie for myself. Like I took myself out.
Got all dolled up, like getting ready, like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, all right, I'm cute enough. I might give it up. And then just like, I showed myself Hall Pass.
Like,
just like,
that's not happening tonight, bud.
It's like, no, man, I'm sorry. Like you keep poking me in the butt, but it's,
I'm gonna get an Uber home.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, maybe we can meet again later. I don't know. Maybe, don't call me. I'll call you.
Yeah. There. Massive Talent, with all the Pedro Pascal hype, I'm super happy he's in this movie. I love him. He's a great actor.
I'm starting to get on board with the Pedro Pascal. I personally have not seen The Mandalorian because, as longtime listeners know, I am way too anxious to sit down and watch anything for extended periods of time unless I'm doing it for a podcast, and even then I'm making notes.
Right.
But I did watch him on SNL, and
the Mario bit was
the
really
Mario
good.
bit. He had some solid bits. He's pretty funny. He's like well-rounded, and like I've seen him like here and there on The Last of Us, which we're also been talking about. And he's like, he seems amazing. I've seen his bits in Game of Thrones. Like I'm aware of Pedro Pascal, and I'm excited to see what he does with that, especially since he's already a Nicolas Cage fan, playing a Nicolas Cage fan to the extreme.
No, it rocks. Just the idea of this movie alone, like. I would love to be in that fly on the wall in that room, just somebody railing a line. What about a movie where Nick Cage plays Nick Cage?
Like, no. Think about this. Nicolas Cage is Nick Cage. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Like that's his name. He is Nicolas. No. Not N-I-C Cage. N-I-C-K Cage. Are you saying that Nicolas Cage plays a victim, like a version of himself, where he's also Nicolas Cage in a world where he's Nicolas Cage? He's also doing Nicolas Cage movies. Man, that's got to be some good blow.
Yeah, I want whatever they were doing in that. Oh, another movie that I'm really excited to go see. I'm working on trying to put something together. I really want to go see Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear looks insane.
Oh, it's
especially
crazy.
just like because it's like the barest thread of a premise. Based on a true story.
Set of a
The barest. All right, accidental puns. Long-time listeners know. Take a shot. Accidental pun. So bear with me on this.
God, people are going to be fucked up before we even get into the movie on this one.
Nah. See, Cocaine Bear sounds fantastic because the premise is there's a bear that got into some cocaine. End of story.
No, and it's
what more do you need than that? Like,
it's a true story.
It's a true story. It's a true story
nuts.
of a bear on cocaine.
I'm so excited.
Like if you as a moviegoer have to ask for something more than that, like you've got to talk to your therapist, do some like serious deep digging into why you can't just accept the fact that the premise of a movie is there just a bear that's just whacked out of his mind on cocaine.
Right, and it's like it reminds me of the times when movies could just be fun.
Oh yeah,
Which
it's just like we're just gonna.
They have been fun for a little bit now, but yeah, no, it was like completely dumb horror movie premises are my fucking jam.
Oh yeah, so we're just gonna do. I was just thinking about a horror movie. I was thinking of Tucker and Dale versus Evil today.
Ah, that movie rocks! I love that movie.
It's just such a stupid and ridiculous movie, and I fucking love it. It's hilarious. Especially it's got it has Alan Tudyk.
Yeah.
Tudyk.
Alan Tudyk.
Alan Tudyk.
Alan Two Dicks. Here's the incredibly nerdy thing that I did a couple weeks ago. So I watched the final season of Clone Wars.
Nerd.
Right. But here's where it gets worse. When I got to the last 4 episodes, the ones that happen in the same time frame as Revenge of the Sith, I put Revenge of the Sith on in between episodes and lined it up with what was happening at the end of Clone Wars. So like when Anakin chops off Mace Windu's hand and everything, and then I jump to the episode with Ahsoka and she's on the ship and hears it happen, and then Order 66 happens. So I turned Revenge of the Sith into a 4-hour movie.
Holy, that's some Topher Grace level shit right there.
Yeah, that was my nerdy bit for a little bit, and I was thinking, I'm like, I'm gonna have to like go, I don't know, play football or something. I don't fucking know.
Oh yeah, speaking of football, Super Bowl happened recently.
Right.
To capitalize on how little of a man that I am, a co-worker, Rhett, longtime listeners know that we talk about Rhett all the time and all of his shenanigans.
Yeah, at least twice per episode.
At least twice per episode. He always comes up. But he looks over me and just says, "Hey, when's the Super Bowl?" And I have to be like, I've got a penis, but I do not know. And then a guy just sitting across from the kitchen goes, "It's coming up next Sunday." It's like, "Thank you, sir. Thank you."
There you go.
Glad there's a real man in the building. That was my nerdy thing.
Can you come fix my plumbing?
Can you also come fix my plumbing? Can you open this jar for me? Because I clearly lack the manliness.
Can you just pick me up and tell me I'm worth it and I'm appreciated?
Yeah, maybe just give me $5 to go buy myself something pretty.
Okay. So, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, directed by Tom Gormican. Gormican? I don't know how to pronounce that. Gormican? Is that how you pronounce it? Gormican? Great idea. Amazing. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm seeing 2 other credits when I did some research on Mr. Tom Jamaican. So he had Ghosted, a TV series, which had Craig Robinson and Adam Scott, a show I meant to watch because I'm a big fan of both of them and never did, and no wonder it only had 1 season. Mm-hmm. And then also he did a movie called That Awkward Moment with Zac Efron, Miles Teller, and Michael B. Jordan, where it's like a bromance rom-com.
Interesting.
Yeah, watched the trailer and bits and parts of it and everything, and it's every bit of a movie I'd not want to like force myself to watch and then cover.
Yeah. Massive Talent was released on April 22nd, 2022. Let's see. It was filmed in Dubrovnik, Croatia, and Budapest, Hungary. It was made for about $30 million. Opening weekend only made $7 back. Yeah, so unfortunately this movie bombed, and it's probably yeah, and
well, also, I mean, those box office numbers are
worldwide gross at least made the money back. So
yeah.
I don't. Wait. What studio?
We're also
made
talking.
this?
We're also talking about during the age of streaming and all that, and this is also like filmed during the pandemic and released post-pandemic, where it's really made everyone reevaluate if they even want to go to a movie theater anymore.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. On top of Tom Garmager. Besides his directing tributes, mostly like Nicolas Cage, just like the little bits apart, like about Nicolas Cage when it comes to this movie. Obviously playing a fictionalized version of himself, much like Neil Patrick Harris in Harold and Kumar series.
Nice.
Where he's listed as Neil Patrick Harris, because he's like, no, please do not say that I'm playing myself. But also, yeah, he turned down the role several times apparently. Like it's like, nah, it's too meta or too steel, like. Which is weird to hear that Nicolas Cage turned down a movie role.
Yeah, he does everything.
Yeah, and apparently he turned it down several times. Apparently, like, Sorcerer's Apprentice, okay, sure, whatever. I play myself. I don't know, bud. I don't know.
God damn it.
How do I figure out my own walk? Like, how do I walk like myself?
If we do like if we end up going on a Nick Cage bit, I would also really like to watch Willy's Wonderland.
Ooh.
It's basically just Five Nights at Freddy's with Nick Cage.
With Nick Cage, yes, definitely. So yeah, but apparently he turned it down, which is insane to hear that Nicolas Cage actually turns down roles.
Yeah.
But the reason he eventually signed on to it is because the director, Tom Gormican, wrote him a letter and then attached it to the script, and eventually ended up changing his mind. And so once he got on board with it, he actually wanted to play Pedro Pascal's character because he's like, want to make it incredibly meta and have it pretty much Nicolas Cage being a fan of Nicolas Cage. Until Pedro Pascal kind of got signed on and was like, let's have Pedro Pascal do this. Which
he can do no wrong right now. He's on
top
of the
he's
fucking world.
Fucking on a goddamn roll. But also apparently this is Nicolas Cage's, at the time of filming, 104th role.
Yeah. Dude does not stop working.
Which makes it even more insane that he turned this down so many times.
Right?
He's got 104 movies to his name.
I think it's funny. Like, I love getting in arguments about Nick Cage. It's like, he is a good actor.
No, he's
like, everybody's like
not an Academy Award winner.
He's so
like, at least like
campy and
Academy
blah, blah, blah. Like,
nominated.
no, he's campy because he wants to be.
Yeah.
He has fun. This is his job. He's having fun. He's living his best life.
He likes
already
making
has
movies.
an Oscar.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
That's right. He is.
He
an Oscar
proved
winner.
he could do it.
Yeah.
And he is a good actor. He's like, all right, cool. Now I got an Oscar, and I'm gonna fuck around for the rest of my career.
I'm just gonna make movies that I like making. That's all I want to do.
Yeah.
I just want to have fun. Like maybe I pretend that my skull's on fire, and then I stare at people.
I fucking love the interviews about Ghost Rider. I was like, I would paint my face, and I sewed in Egyptian artifacts into my. This shit's so awesome.
That's just kind of what I do. Is like I really want to just imbibe Johnny Blaze the best that I could. So I got really involved with witchcraft.
And this is the first impression of the show, and you know what that means.
That means take a shot. Cole is doing his shitty impressions. It's time for shitty impressions with Cole. This time we're doing Nicolas Cage. Not exaggerated to the point that you have with like Andy Samberg, because that's not a real person.
Okay, so getting back into Nick Cage. Fuck, I lost my train of thought again.
I mean, Nick Cage, I was going back and looking at, because as longtime listeners know, and the whole premise of the podcast is, as much as I love movies, I have not seen a lot of movies. My movie knowledge is incredibly limited, and when it comes to thinking about movies with Nicolas Cage that I know, that's also incredibly limited, which sucks, because I am a huge Nicolas Cage fan, but I've not seen much Nicolas Cage films. Films in quotations.
Movie I really, really liked was Color Out of Space. It's based off a Lovecraft story. or meteor comes down to Earth, or it lands on this farm owned by Nicolas Cage, his wife, and their 3 kids, or 2 kids. I think it's 2. I think it's 2 kids. Anyway, it's been a while since I've watched it. But like it starts like mutating everything and like bringing time and reality starts like merging Nick Cage with his dad, who is abusive, so he starts being abusive to his kids and losing his goddamn mind. And then he has alpacas because he's trying to raise like an alpaca farm, and they all mutate into like one being, and it's so fucking pretty. Like, oh, and Tommy Chong's in it. It's just like this stoner trailer park dude who fucking rocks. No, I was like, I watched it.
The very description of this movie does not sound like a movie that would be made, but also at the same time, the fact that Nicolas Cage is involved, it makes sense that this is a movie that was made.
Yeah, and it's so fucking pretty. Like the colors, it makes me it reminds me of Mandy, which is also a really, really good Nicolas Cage movie. But I liked Color Out of Space a little bit more. So it's like it's very vibrant, very neon, and like the colors and it's hard to explain. Just watch it. Go watch Color Out of Space. I highly recommend it, and I really wish I watched it on mushrooms, and I missed that experience. Because if I would have, I probably would have cried.
It's one of those shows where, like, oh, did I miss the cue for the drug should be kicking in right now?
Yeah.
Crap.
No, you can tell. You can tell with the climax and everything. Like, if you were blitzed, holy shit! I'm so sad I didn't watch that movie on drugs.
Okay, no, I'm definitely down to watch that then, because that's what I felt when I first watched. Because as everyone knows, Cole can only do things that reference comic books. When I first watched, Into the Spider-Verse, I'm like, oh man, I wish I was high on acid right now. And then I watched the high on acid, and it melted my brain, and I cried and I laughed and loved every single fucking second of it.
We're gonna have to do an episode on that one because I haven't seen
Spider-Verse
yet.
Oh, girl, I'll go ham. I'll go ham on that.
All right.
I mean, you think your job editing shit right now is a pain in the ass? Imagine talking to Cole about a comic book movie.
All right.
When he's loosened up with a few drinks.
I'll wait. I'll wait to watch that one because I actually really do want to watch that one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just haven't had the opportunity. Also, Nick Cage is Spider-Man Noir.
He does an amazing job. The fact that he's not coming back for the second movie is pissing me off.
He's not coming back?
No, because he's got the best line in the whole movie that I love, and Rob and I quote all the time, is just sometimes I just strike a match and let it burn down to the ends to my fingertips so I can feel something, anything.
I love that so much.
It's like, damn, man, we're watching a Spider-Man cartoon movie. Jesus, Nick.
He goes fucking hard.
Holy shit. Okay, I mean, I'm here for it, but my God.
Yeah, see, like, everybody can enjoy it. Even the edgy 14-year-olds are like, yeah, Spider-Man Noir, man.
Yeah, Spider-Man, like, that's the way to be.
I don't know why my teenager voice is just a kid from California.
You know, when you want to be edgy, but also from LA.
From LA?
LA, I mean...
Got on the 205? Fuck LA.
Cut my wrist, slit my throat.
I swear to God, if I have to go work in LA one day, I'm going to, work in LA one day. There's not much I can do about it.
Well, I mean, is it really working in LA? Because that seems where all the sound studios are, but they seem to go everywhere else besides California to do movies if they can, because it's cheaper, which makes no sense.
Unless you're filming on a set.
Yeah, but wouldn't it, if that's your entire state's bread and butter, why not make it fucking cheaper? Like, why is it cheaper to film in, like, Connecticut? Or here in Utah? Why is it cheaper to film in Utah than is a fucking film in California?
Yeah. Because Utah's fucking pretty.
And we've got
as much as it
here.
sucks.
Oh, no,
Utah
this state sucks.
Yeah, no, it sucks. But it's
Salt Lake City
beautiful.
in particular fucking blows.
It's so bad.
Like, this winter, there's been a...
And those of you who know us, talking shit about our home state, that's very punk. And you will take a drink of your drink now. That's right. Our longtime listeners know that when it comes to Salt Lake City, we are punks. They even made a movie about it. I don't know if you guys have heard. It's something like. It's got that Jack Matthew Lizard in it. Yeah, I think Shaggy was in there. Yeah,
was Shaggy.
He had blue hair.
Yeah, that's right. He had blue hair, and he's like, oh, it's like they call me Elder Lover. Yeah, so that's all Salt Lake. Just everybody looks like that. all the
Look
time.
like Shaggy with the blue spiky mohawk.
Shaggy,
Shaggy.
Shaggy, wasn't me. Yes, it was you because it had blue hair.
I love that. I love that tweet. It was like Shaggy tweeted out. It was like, after years, I can't I can't keep living this lie. It was me.
I love that song. There's a reason. Longtime listeners know that I like to talk about my brief stint doing stand-up comedy, just open mic nights. But there's a reason I have a 10-minute chunk dedicated just to Shaggy's "It Wasn't Me."
It's a
song.
good bit.
That song has got layers, and then when you factor in the music video, it's back at a time where you can make a song about gaslighting somebody and it can be incredibly popular.
It totally is. It's totally a song about
Like,
gaslighting.
he's like, what should I tell her? Say it wasn't you.
It wasn't.
Like, he's got a line. Is like, if she say it at night, convince her say it day.
God
Never
damn.
admit to a word that she say. It's just gaslighting at its like basest form, and it's such a. It just slaps. It slaps, and it's a gift that keeps on giving. Just thank you, Shaggy.
Thank you, Shaggy.
Thank you, Shaggy. Zoinks.
All right. So, getting back to air conditioner.
The heater just turned on.
I'll give you that. Like the room tone, you definitely can hear the AC.
Definitely. That's because it's a very angry, powerful AC.
Ah.
I was trying to heat up this whole house, even though 3/4 of the place, people in this place, like it just cold as hell. Like our hearts.
Yeah. Oh my God. Can't stop burping. All right. So getting back to the movie, I've seen bits and pieces of it on. Jesus Christ. I've seen bits and pieces of it online. And I'm very, very excited that we're actually we're gonna get to watch this movie because I've been wanting to for a very long time, and I've just been putting it off like an asshole. I should have gone to see it in theaters. Could have contributed so it wouldn't bomb, but I know one person not going isn't gonna make much of a difference. But I would feel better about it. I'd feel like a vegan. So I could talk down on people. Yeah,
I'm doing my part. What have you done?
Yeah, I saw massive talent in theaters.
Massive talent. What have you done? Have you thought about movies that you watch?
My vegan
they're
voice
just they're just regurgitated nonsense.
My vegan voice is also just a person from California.
Pretty much just anybody annoying sounds like they're from California.
Or Boston.
I mean, more.
I'm sure we sound like shitheads to everybody else too. I was like, if you're in California listening to this. First of all, congratulations.
If you're in California listening to this, first of all, we don't want you here. Stay there.
Yeah,
wait for global warming to take over and just drown your sinful state.
What's it like living on fire?
Yeah, how is that? To just be aware, like, oh yeah, fire's just gonna be raging all the goddamn time. Then still have the audacity to claim that you guys are fucking fantastic and be all about yourselves.
Come back with the argument being like, I don't know, what's it like living in a fucking I don't know.
Working was it like living in a state that has all 4 seasons? You want deserts? We got that. Mountains? We got that. Forests? We got that. A lake that could dry up and then completely poison the air and kill all the residents within a large area? We got that.
Dude, we're already acclimated to that. The fucking inversion.
Oh yeah, the inversion. It's like that's why I smoke the cigarettes that I do, is because I walk around pretty much breathing in ultralight cigarettes.
So that was that's the bit I was trying to do. Is like, what's it like living in a state on fire? I don't know. What's it like living in a car exhaust port or something?
Yeah, what's it like pretty much just being like
living
my
in
uncle.
a garage with a running car?
Yeah.
That's what it's like living in Salt Lake. You are living in a car. You're living in a garage with a running car. It's nothing but fucking smog all the time.
Which means it's nothing but good tingles and weird half boner from the near death.
Yeah.
That's Utah in a nutshell. Come to our state. Best snow on earth. And it's like you're trying to kill yourself in a car.
As much shit as we talk about Utah, I mean, there are worse places.
Oh, no, I love Utah. I talk shit on Utah because I love it.
Yeah. It's fun to talk shit about your hometown.
Oh, yeah. It's also super fucking easy and relatable.
Everybody hates everybody hates their hometown.
Everyone hates their hometown. If you don't,
what's
going on?
You probably also enjoyed high school.
Why are you lying to yourself? No, you actually hate. Like, no. Who are you trying to convince? Me or you?
Yeah, you're just trying to convince yourself.
Come on, bud. Hey, safe space. It's okay.
It's okay. It's just us.
Hey, listener. Hey.
It's just us in here.
We're here for you. We haven't watched the movie yet. We can talk about this. It's okay. It's okay to admit that high school sucked and your hometown blows. It's okay, bud.
And if you're a listener who feels triggered right now, you're welcome.
If you're a listener who feels triggered right now, take a shot.
There you go. Take a shot until you don't.
Actually, based on our conversations, I don't recommend that.
Yeah, it makes it so much worse.
Because you're going to pass out and wake up in a puddle of your own piss, or the ambulance is going to have to fucking be called.
Yeah. All right. So, Massive Talent. We're watching it on Amazon Prime. Plug.
Plug for the Amazon. Mr. Bezos, money, please.
Money, please. We're also
or at least
brought
pay
to
for,
you
or at least
by...
pay for my next fucking subscription of Amazon Prime, at the very least. Like, I'm fucking throwing you out there. The goddamn... It's just $100. You can afford it. Come on, Jeffrey. Fuck their wives, drink the blood. Come on, Jeff. Get him.
We're also brought to you by... No one. Plug.
No plug. Yeah, this
If you'd
show
like to
is going to
plug
be
this.
brought to you in part by awkwardly read ads by people who don't know how to write ads that are engaging. Most likely
Right.
for mattresses, pillows, delivery services, candies.
If you couldn't tell, we're
Flowers.
from Utah already.
Got to get a My Pillow.
My pillow. I'll drink my milk.
My milk.
I'm going to go mountain climbing.
Mountain climbing, have a fountain drink afterwards.
Teas do not exist in Utah.
Unless it's Tooele.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only
Tooele.
tea.
God.
Thule. Utah.
I fucking... Okay. Well, we're going to get into the movie now, and we're going to let you know what we think. Super excited. All right, let's get it.
Cue the ads.
If I had one!
Holy shit, that movie was fun.
Holy fuck. The weight of that talent. Unbearable.
It was unbearable.
It's an unbearable amount of talent. Oh my god, did I love this fucking movie.
This movie did not deserve to bomb. This movie fucks.
I can't understand how this fucking movie fucking... I mean, I can. I mean, it came out, like, we're talking, like, pandemic times. It's a weird time for movies. But shit. What an amazing goddamn movie.
I have not had that much fun watching a movie in a while.
I haven't smiled that hard. I mean, this may say... I mean, long-time listeners know this is a normal thing for me, and it says a lot about me, but I've not smiled that hard in a long time.
It's very, very fun. Highly recommend this movie if you haven't seen it yet.
Especially, I mean... if
It's
you
on Amazon. Go rent it.
Rent it on Amazon. Super easy. And if you even remotely have the slightest affection for Nicolas Cage, watch this fucking movie. I mean, we start off with Con Air.
Straight up just the scene from Con Air. I loved it.
Just like the most dramatic fucking, like, Save Your Bunny fucking scene. Trisha Yearwood in the goddamn background fucking doing her country power ballad. And that's just where we're starting. We're starting, and then we're also starting with, because I was wondering when they were going to, like, if they were going to be important to the movie with the abducted president-elect's daughter and her boyfriend. Because I was kind of wondering, like, what was going on here, if it was, like, just some sort of way of just talking about the popularity of Nicolas Cage, and it's like, oh, somebody just happens to be watching Nicolas Cage, and then this happens, and then it kind of maybe is slightly related. I didn't expect that actually to be, like, the start of the plot.
Yeah.
Of the whole actual fucking movie.
I honestly had no idea what to expect other than Nick Cage hanging out with Pedro Pascal.
Which is honestly all I mean, that's what sold me on the movie.
It sold me already, yeah.
I mean, that's like the easiest and quickest elevator pitch for a fucking movie to a studio, which makes it insane that it took so long for this movie to be made.
Yeah.
Because, like, the pitch is like, oh, yeah, we're going to have Nicolas Cage and Pedro Pascal just pretty much just do, like, a buddy movie.
They're just hanging out, talking shit about movies.
Hanging out, just pretty much. Also, it's like it's a movie. It's very much like a movie that talks about the making of movies and things behind movies, which Nicolas Cage himself is a huge fan of movies, and it incredibly capitalizes that in a way that's amazing. And it makes it definitely a part of Pedro Pascal's character, and what makes him even, like, just as relatable and awesome is he's also just a super huge movie fan. It's pretty much it's just a movie about two movie fans with an insane premise actually going on the entire time.
It had my same love for, like, Tropic Thunder, where it's like it's a movie about making a movie, which this one's a little bit less about making a movie, but the idea is still there, and as a movie nerd, fucking loved it.
I mean, as an actor nerd, because long-time listeners know I enjoy like the process behind actors and kind of like diving into that stuff. Nicolas Cage's approach to creating a script with Pedro Pascal from the actor's point of view, I found incredibly fascinating and really entertaining. Because especially with Nicolas Cage's like acting method, his nouveau shamanic acting.
That was a good bit.
Well, actually, which is the way he approaches acting. So I know it's a little early to touch my notes. One of the early notes I had is some of the people who are supposed to make an appearance in this movie. Like the director he talks to is the director of Joe that he was in, but it's supposed to be Quentin Tarantino. But because it was COVID, they had a hard time getting him. And then Demi Moore, as his wife, wasn't supposed to be Demi Moore. It was supposed to be I want to say Angelina Jolie was supposed to be in there, not Demi Moore. And also, Jim Carrey is supposed to make an appearance because in real life, they're actually really good friends.
I can see that. Yeah.
Which is amazing because you haven't read Jim Carrey's memoir in heavy quotations. Heavy quotations.
No, I haven't.
Because it's called Memoirs and Misinformation. I listened to the audiobook, which he has Jeff Daniels do the audiobook.
Hell yeah.
And oh my God. Just listen to Jeff Daniels' dulcet tones is fantastic. But in the book, Nicolas Cage is heavily featured, very much pretty much just being like into that whole like meditative shamanic fucking like way of like going about life, like pretty much just the embodiment of Tai Chi, Buddhism, and meditation.
Yeah.
Does that, but with his acting, and then find that just like being brought up in the movie, like for me personally connected to the book, and that really got me excited because it's like, oh, okay, so that because it's memoirs and misinformation in that, so you have to like pick out what's actually real and what's actually fake, because it does end with a colossal alien battle where some of the last surviving celebrities are like Gwyneth Paltrow, who's like going full goop in the book, and then also like Nicolas Cage, who's like actually like a colossal fucking hero and doing everything he's doing in this movie, he pretty much does at the end of Jim Carrey's memoirs.
That rocks.
And it is, I cannot put into words how much that tickled me and just like got me right in like the Chessel section and satisfied me.
I'll have to check that out.
Oh, it's highly recommend if you're a fan of any audiobooks or even just reading in general, read Jim Carrey's Memoirs and Misinformation, because it does talk a lot about the actual things that happened in his life, but in a way we're like, oh, this is Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
But it really seems to capitalize. I mean, it really captures actual Nicolas Cage, or Nicolas Cage in quotations, like the more extreme. Actually, I don't even know if it's more extreme. Do you think Nicolas Cage is pretty much just like this in normal life?
More or less.
You think that's just like he's just like slightly turning the dial a little bit?
Yeah.
When he's playing Nick Cage?
I think he turns it up just a little bit, but like, it can't be too far off, right?
I hope not.
Dude, okay, so what are the bits I had? I only took 2 notes. Never shit on yourself. I love that.
This movie is full of mantras.
Never shit on yourself was my favorite.
Never shit on yourself. I love that. Also, the we're back. It's not like we never left.
Yeah, that's good.
And then, honestly, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be saying it for a while now. Is Nick Cage smooches good?
Yeah, that was my my other note. De-aged Nick Cage, Nicky, fucking stole it for me.
So when I was doing research on the movie, they had the most advanced, up to date de-aging technology for this movie.
Yeah, well, it shows.
And this is
like,
post.
Fuck,
what's that goddamn? Oh no. Okay, look, long-time listeners would be yes.
There you go.
Yeah, it's better than The Irishman.
It is way better than The Irishman.
But also, Nick Cage is moving around like he's fucking 80 goddamn years old. Like,
that's true.
I mean, the de-aging technology did in The Irishman. Okay, cool. But also, like, they still have the bodies that they have, and they move around like that.
Yeah.
Ooh, who doesn't want to see a shaky fucking Robert De Niro?
Dude, yeah. Nicky rocked.
But, okay. Actually, that's something I wanted to pull up before we started recording. So, Nicky was based on one interview in particular that Nicolas Cage did back in the early 90s Oh man, where the fuck are my notes? Yeah, oh yeah, 1990s. An unconventional Nick Cage from interviews, particularly promotion for Wild at Heart.
Oh.
So when he was doing Wild at Heart, he went over to England and did an interview with talk show host at the time, Terry Wangan, and he came in with pretty much the entire look right there: the longer hair, the leather jacket, but he wasn't wearing a shirt underneath.
Classic.
And pretty much just doing like this big, over the top, like. What you would have like pretty much what becomes synonymous with Nicolas Cage at the time. I did that in an interview, and that entire character is based on that. And so, before we watched the movie, I did watch that, and then now getting the comparisons back and forth, it is spot on for Nicolas Cage portraying Nicolas Cage back in the 1990s, promoting a movie on an interview, which just even capitalizes on the metatextualness of this whole movie even more. He went back and watched his own interviews to create a younger version of himself that he then made out with and grabbed his own ass.
Oh man,
which I did not know that I needed.
dude, all right, spoilers.
Yeah, sorry, spoilers. At one point in time, Nicolas Cage makes out with himself and grabs his own ass.
Yeah. So I did see the twist coming where Javi wasn't actually the cartel leader.
Oh, you did?
I did. I was like, Pedro Pascal's way too likable. I don't think
because that's what I was worried about. I wasn't looking for that twist. I'm like, oh man, I really don't want him to be the bad guy. I like him way too much.
Right.
Like I really want this guy to succeed. Did not even see that twist coming so I actually found it to be awesome. I thought it was an awesome twist.
No, it was good. As soon as like I didn't want him to be the bad guy. I was like, he can't be the bad guy. I don't see it. And then as soon as his cousin's sitting there eating the cereal, I was like, yeah, that's the real bad guy right there.
Oh yeah. I mean, I knew the cousin would play a larger part than he first initially that he did, which honestly gives more credence to the movie. Personally, as a guy who just literally just shut off his mind and just watched the movie just to enjoy it, honestly, they did a really well job because it's at first he's there, he's kind of innocuous, doing his little thing, doing some commentary. I thoroughly enjoyed that twist, even though I didn't see it coming. Hindsight now is oh yeah, there's no way in hell you don't make Pedro Pascal that likable and then making the bad guy and pretty much have him die.
Yeah,
and also that doesn't seem like a Nicolas Cage movie move.
Mm-mm.
No.
Oh, but dude, there was a lot of really cool camera work too. Especially the end action scenes was really cool. The final chase scene was really, really cool. But the parts that got me was when he's first starting to work for the CIA and the camera moves and it transitions between where he's at and also where he's at in the party and before that the transitions in that scene were really, really cool.
I feel like the camera work was really, really well done, especially when you have him dealing with the CIA versus him actually doing just interacting with Pedro Pascal and everybody. I feel like the camera work made it a bit more serious, a bit more action-y, CIA, Jason Bourne type stuff going. It's we got this going on, and then it kind of smoothed back into something else, a little different, bromantic comedy, pretty much I Love You Man, but with Nicolas Cage, Pedro Pascal, and a lot more action.
Yeah,
and thankfully a lot less rush.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh
shit! I had something else, but I forgot.
So while we're watching the movie, you made a comment when you saw the Nicolas Cage face pillow, right?
Yeah, I have that same. Yeah. I have that same exact face pillow where you rub it. It's all sequins, and you can rub it and shit.
So legit for the wrap up party, the gift for the cast was pillows with Nicolas Cage's face on them, and he signed them.
Fuck, I want mine signed by Nick Cage.
I want a Nicolas Cage. I did not know I needed a Nicolas Cage pillow in my life.
It's so good. I also have a Danny DeVito one. My Nick Cage one is the same exact one, the red, the black and red, and then my Danny DeVito one is white and gold.
Fuck yeah, of course it is. Hell yes. Oh man. Okay. Okay. So I
have to change the batteries in just a second. So, yeah, I'm gonna change the batteries real quick. And we're back.
We never left. Sorry, we were never gone. Anyway, okay, yeah. So, like I was saying, something I wrote about doing research for the movie, then completely forgot, was the acid trip. I forgot the acid trip was in there, but apparently Pedro Pascal wrecked 14 prop cars during that scene alone.
Holy shit.
But that being said, that is the most accurate, like, on film acid experience I've ever seen.
No, that was very, very good.
Because long-time listeners know I'm a huge proponent of acid, and I love taking acid, and I'm really good at it. Long-time listeners know I'm great at drugs. But a lot of, like, times when you, like, acid's involved in, like, any movie, it's like this huge, grandiose, hallucinogenic things popping up out of goddamn nowhere type thing, which is not what acid does, even remotely. And that's from a guy who's tried to get that experience. Like, I want this movie experience. I want to feel this. Why am I not getting this? Ooh, look at all these lines being traced as I wave my hand in front of my own face for like 5 minutes straight.
It's very hyped up.
Very hyped up. Whereas in this movie, it makes all, they got like the unchecked paranoia where like, those guys looking at us? Oh shit, they just looked at, like, it just...
Yeah. Perfect.
Like, it reminded me of a time when, like, when my cousin Rob and I dropped acid, and then we just tried to pick up a pizza. It's right across the street from Domino's. Ordered it. All we had to do was just walk across the street, sign for it, tip them, and then fucking go. This is the most intense 5 minutes of my goddamn life. And it was pretty much exactly like that. The entire time, it's like, oh shit, electricity is like, no, just let me go. No, just, And then just find out, oh yeah, no, we could have just walked around. Could have just walked around the wall. It actually wasn't that big of a deal. Oh yeah, well, we're just high on acid.
Yeah.
Oh, and then just to text Tiffany Haddish and be like, yeah, I'm high on acid. It's like, I can't remember the character's name. It's like, it's this whole thing with, like, it's a whole movie thing. Don't worry about. I'm just high on acid. It had to happen. I had to do it. I didn't want to do the acid. I had to. For the mission, Tiffany Haddish, which actually Tiffany Haddish, the character originally for Tiffany Haddish was an overweight, bald, like, repressed white guy. But Tiffany Haddish got recommended Nicolas Cage directly from, like, a director friend, and that's how she ended up getting cast in that. And actually, for the comic book connection, because Cole has all the comic book connections, her performance in this, she'd be amazing as Amanda Waller.
No, I can see that.
Tiffany Haddish doing a Suicide Squad movie and then being like Amanda Waller in that, which is weird because she's fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
she's an amazing comedian. I love Tiffany Haddish.
No, it was fun seeing her play the straight edge person.
Oh, straight edge. I mean, just the brass balls on her in this entire performance is fucking fantastic. Yeah. Like, was there for the entire time. Fucking love that. She'd be amazing, fucking Amanda Waller. But to continue with the comic book connection, Nicolas Cage named one of his kids Kal-El.
Is that the one that's super into black metal?
I think so. But he's named Kal-El, which is Superman's actual name, and Nicolas Cage is supposed to play Superman in Tim Burton's. So he got...
God, I wish we lived in a universe where that actually happened.
I mean, I do, but also, how do you go throughout your life being named Kal-El?
That's a good question.
Is it Kal-El Coppola or Kal-El Cage?
Either way,
it's a rough fucking time. It's like, oh, what's your name? It's like, oh, just call me Cal. Oh, is that short for anything?
Yeah, I think that's how you do it. You just, oh yeah, Cal.
It's just Cal. It's like,
Cal.
Oh, like Calvin or Colonius?
Just Cal.
No, just Cal. Not short for anything?
No.
Nope. Not at all. Not at all. All right, cool. Cal. What's your family? What's your dad do? He doesn't do much.
He does a lot.
He does a lot. But also, speaking of that, talking about being the son of Nicolas Cage, the family dynamic and aspect of this film I found really compelling.
Yeah, it was good.
I thoroughly enjoyed it, especially because Nicolas Cage himself wanted to make sure that the relationships turned out fine. Because I think in real life the relationships actually did turn out fine for him with his, like, wives and his families and all that. But, like, mostly just because he didn't want the character to be incredibly unlikable, because he kind of is an unlikable character from the start.
Yeah.
Like, even though he is playing Nicolas Cage, and it's weird to say that Nicolas Cage isn't likable, but, I mean, that's why he was credited as playing Nick Cage as opposed to playing himself.
Yeah, and he's selfish, and the only thing he wants is to be back, and not that he was ever gone.
Not that he was ever gone.
But yeah.
Nicolas Cage.
Loved it.
Peaked.
Yeah, this movie didn't deserve to bomb. It was very, very fun.
I can't understand how this movie bombed. Or also, yeah, looking at it right now. Got it right now. Just has like the nice little like fucking screenshot right now on the TV. Rated R. 4 stars out of 5.
There's a bunch of haters.
Almost 14,500 people who went out of their way to rate a movie on Amazon. I mean, what are you doing to your life? Come on, bud. Just rating movies on Amazon? That being said.
Yeah. We've said it before and I'll say it again. Just let things be fun.
Let movies movie.
Yeah.
Just let movies movie. They don't have to always
break new ground
or
change the formula or just
or even necessarily follow the formula itself, but execute the formula well. That's a problem. I mean, a lot of movies are all formulaic by this point. Like, there's a certain way of making movies that everyone just does and you do, and that's like the studios and all everybody's looking for, and that movie, which also this movie itself touches on.
Mm-hmm.
On pretty much like the wide, like mass appeal of movies, which I think, honestly, it's kind of good that this movie bombed because the movie's making a commentary on that shit, and it should have bombed because it's not doing necessarily that stuff.
Yeah.
Except for at the very end where it tries to tie it all up in a nice little bow, but that also makes sense because he made it a movie out of that, and so to be able to do that, I have to have the whole happy ending part. So like the entire movie's metatextual.
Yeah.
It's an incredibly meta movie. Which, I mean, honestly, it's, man, I wish I had more notes on anything. What I have. Oh, yeah, Pedro Pascal is dope.
He crushed it. He always crushes it. He's awesome.
I mean, apparently have to watch more things with Pedro Pascal. Apparently he's really, really, really awesome. Had no idea. That's almost like that's the point of this podcast. It's semi-educating me on things that I should be aware of and that I would enjoy.
Who'd have thunk it?
That's the show.
Oh yeah, random Neil Patrick Harris.
NPH was not expecting NPH.
No, he was not. He was not. I guess advertised.
No, it wasn't advertised. Like, I had no idea. Like, even doing the research I did, like, I had no idea that Neil Patrick Harris was in this fucking movie, and then he just shows up. And he's just all awesome Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah, he's just himself.
Yeah.
It rocks. It works.
I mean, he's playing himself, which is another note I took, is like he is always playing lecherous characters. Yeah, pretty much like him playing NPH and Harold and Kumar as Barney Stinson.
That was my first thing. I thought, like, when they were getting the massage with the leaves, whatever the hell that's called.
Oh, like, yeah,
getting smacked. He's like, oh fuck yeah.
Oh yeah,
it was like immediately Harold and Kumar vibes.
Exactly. You're like, oh yeah, no, he's just playing Harold and Kumar's NPH, which is, I mean, it's fantastic. But like, we're talking about a man who, I mean, child actor, Doogie Howser, did an amazing job. Has some amazing acting chops, vocal chops, theater-like stuff. Has like been like nominated for Tonys just for doing the Tonys. Such like incredibly amazing, sensitive man. How in the fuck is he so good at just playing like the worst of straight people?
I have no idea, man. Just
like every time NPH is on screen playing a straight man, I'm like, oh man, we are awful, aren't we? Oh God. Yeah, no, I've done that. Nah, I know somebody who's done that. Ooh, why are you so good at poking fun of us, man? God damn it, NPH. Ooh.
It was a very good highlight.
I mean, which also I feel like definitely added to the movie, just having NPH playing the agent, like just having the high profile of an actor, just be like, oh yeah, just doing that. Really added to it. Did an amazing job in the entire massage scene where they're getting whipped with leaves.
I've seen that before. I don't know what the hell it is, and I kind of want to try it.
I kind of want to try it too. It seems awful. It seems uncomfortable as hell, and like you'd leave a bit more itchy than you started.
Yeah. but that's like right up our alley.
But right at I mean, pretty much this title of my autobiography is like you're gonna leave a lot more itchier than you started. Title of my sex tape.
What else we got?
Oh, Ike Barinholtz.
Ike Barinholtz.
I didn't know Ike Barinholtz was in this.
Yeah, there are a lot of people in this movie.
You're like
oh shit,
wait, really?
Okay.
Oh shit, okay. We're talking about a comedic actor. Did an amazing job as honestly, another comedian did an amazing job as a straight-laced CIA agent. And his inability, just like he's like, no, it's fucking stupid. It's fucking Nicolas Cage. Pretty much is what he's saying. He's this entire time he's like, no, this is stupid. This is dumb. I don't know why I'm going along with this. An amazing job. And to have him, I'm guessing. Sorry, spoilers. Dead at the end.
It looked like they.
He looked pretty dead. What a dirty way to do that character.
Yeah, because they didn't give him an on-screen death.
And he could have pulled it off. He could have. But I was, man, he did such an amazing, fucking, fantastic, goddamn job. He was fucking hilarious.
So something I didn't bring it up when we were watching, but when they're on their acid trip, and they're paranoid and they see the people, then they hop the wall, and they see him again. Is it even the same? I don't think it's the same people.
I don't
they
think
just
it,
look
no,
very
yeah, no, I don't think it
similar.
is. I don't. Yeah.
Which
I was
would
staring
also
hard
make it
myself.
like Mint.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, that's exactly right. No, that's definitely an acid trip right there, where someone looks vaguely like something else you thought. I'm pretty sure it wasn't this.
I don't think it was the same.
Because it couldn't
people.
have been, right?
No.
Especially because they didn't play on like later in the movie, like they had been like actually watching them, like their acid paranoia was justified. No, it's just two dudes, just.
Yeah, a bald dude and a dude with long red hair.
Yeah, wrong. Yeah.
And then they run into another group of, or a similar group of two guys that look eerily similar, but it works so well to that paranoia. Like, oh fuck, that's them. It was.
Honestly, I think we're gonna have to go back and watch that scene in slow motion just to make sure it wasn't the same people. Because, like them, I'm like, oh no, that's just.
I don't think
How did they get there so fast?
Yeah, I don't think it was, but it plays really well.
Honestly, that acid scene alone is.
So it's a very pretty movie.
It's really, really well shot. The lighting's fantastic.
Yeah, it looks like, honestly, just like looking at the screen cap right now, it looks like they're just fucking on vacation. Which, if I ever get to make movies just going out onto a resort, that sounds, I mean, I know it would be work, but it still sounds like it would be better than fucking like, all right, I'm in a studio now, I get to go to fucking Barbados and hang out in the fucking Caribbean for 3 months making a movie.
So you want to follow the Adam Sandler model?
Yeah, just take your friends on vacation and figure out
a fucking movie.
Yeah,
I'm behind that. I'm down for that. I'll do a horror movie on an island. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, or like was it Club Dread? They're just on a resort the entire time. It's like, all right, so we don't have to film today. What should we do? I don't know. Fucking go to the beach or go surfing.
White Lotus. They did film that during quarantine, so they all just lived at that resort.
God.
While filming that entire fucking show.
Yeah. No, it sounds.
The actors really do have a rough
I get
life.
It's work. It actually is work, but like on the days when you're not scheduled, like.
I mean, yeah, they're still like,
yeah.
They're living on a resort, but they're still getting up at like 4:00 in the morning for like makeup and shooting scenes,
yeah.
doing 12-hour days. Still exhausting, but also it's like it's hard to feel bad for you when you just like get to wake up and look out your window and be like, oh, damn.
I still need to watch Slime and Salmon.
We're looking at things on the recommended things. So
Yeah.
based on things that Cole and Robbie have watched. They recommend Driven, which I have no idea what that's about, but I see Jason Sudeikis in there, so meh. Zombieland Double Tap. Did not bother watching that because you cannot do better than the first Zombieland.
Yeah, it was just okay. Like I wanted to like it a lot better than I did, but it was, again, like it was just okay. The first one fucking rocked.
Oh, the first one was fucking fantastic, amazing, like just like.
But it's also,
especially for the zombie genre, fantastic. Yeah. But that's why you can't do better than that. I'm not going to watch the fucking sequel.
It's also like post-zombie craze, like.
Yeah, it's also this is after America's huge zombie boner.
Yeah.
Like this is also like Zombieland came out at the same time we had Warm Bodies.
You know, like ugh. God, I hated that movie so
Yes,
much.
everybody, let's remember that as a country, we let warm bodies happen. We took
let that
Twilight
happen.
and did it with zombies. We did that.
Ugh.
We let it happen. And we did that with Nicholas Holt.
He's so much better than that. Him and Teresa Palmer.
Yeah.
They're yeah.
Actors way better than the caliber of that movie. We let that happen.
God, I gave it a chance.
Oh,
I really
I
did.
wanted to. I wanted to.
I wanted to give it and halfway through I was like, this is sickening.
I was watching it high. So, like, primo viewing audience, somebody's just like, oh, you're too stoned to be aware of how awful this actually is. Yeah, no, it's like, holy fuck, this is bad.
Yeah. When you can tell it's bad and you're baked, it's like,
oh my god.
oof.
Wait, you're wasting Nicola. Also, why'd you bring Rob Corddry into this?
You dragged Rod Corddry into
Dragged
this.
Rob Corddry into this. He's already got Children's Hospital. You don't got to do this to him. He was on the Daily Show. Why are you doing this to him?
Getting back to the movie.
Anyways, getting back to the movie. Honestly, I wish I had more notes because this movie. I mean, honestly, I was just too busy just enjoying the fucking movie.
I really was too. Like I wanted to take more notes, but I was
Like
I was just having so much fun.
Which I think is what the movie is setting out to do and it ultimately accomplish, which is another reason why this movie shouldn't have bombed. This is a movie to be a movie about movies and about acting, about the whole thing, and also just to be a movie and have a good time. Like most Nicolas Cage's movies are just like, this is a movie. Let's just watch a movie.
If you're a fan of Nick Cage, even just like a little bit, or just curious, seriously check it out. It's a very, very fun movie.
Oh yeah, if you're Cage curious.
Yeah, I'm Cage curious.
If you're Cage curious.
But yeah, you'll have a blast. So, next episode, what movie should we do? I was thinking, let's see, we did a fun one. We did I guess the last one we did was pretty fun too.
I mean, which of these were fun? The Departed, fun. The Shining, fun.
Fun for me, at least.
Fun. Do we do?
I still have.
Is that described as a fun movie?
It's fun for me. So we've got Cuckoo's Nest is still on the list, and The Exorcist is on the list.
Ooh. I think we should definitely go. I definitely would like to dive more into horror movies because longtime listeners know that as a child I was just the weakest fucking child. The reason like censorship is made on television and where these things are cut out is for child Cole. So like I couldn't watch a lot of horror movies, but I find them incredibly fascinating and interesting, and I like the horror genre itself. I'm actually definitely into. I like writing stories about that, and things about that. So being shown those movies, I definitely want to get into that. I want to get into movies, like horror genre movies that you want to make.
That I want to make.
And I want you to break down why, and I want to get like behind the camera behind it all.
So
yeah.
there's a couple.
I fully expect these movies to be garbage.
Well, here's the thing. I was just about to say there's a couple directions we can take this.
Mm-hmm.
Either I can take it seriously and show you like this is a good movie. This is a good horror movie. I want to do this when I have the means to do this. Versus this is what I'm going to do when I start.
I want both.
Okay. So if we're going down that road, so a movie that I would probably try to emulate starting off is maybe something, maybe a trauma movie, like Poultrygeist or Terror Firmer or The Toxic Avenger. Just utter trash, fun, dumb bullshit.
Our movie that's been on my I can't remember what it's been on my watch list for a while. Rob watched, but I have yet to watch it. That I know I need to watch. Velocipaster.
God, I got really drunk and watched that one night. It's fun, but it's kind of like I don't know. It's in the same kind of like spirit as a trauma movie, but it's not perfect. It's not perfectly trash. It's trash, but it's not perfect trash.
I mean, there is good garbage. There's good garbage out there.
In the beginning, like spoilers, the main character, his parents die in a car explosion, but it's literal. They just like cut him out and like the words "insert car explosion here" pop up. So it's fun. It's a fun dumb movie, but it's not perfect trash. Where it was like a perfect trash movie that I could always throw on to just like, hey, watch this. Make people, what the fuck are we watching? Is Poultrygeist, Night of the Chicken Dead. So it's
Oh, man. Okay, I know I pitched this idea, and now that I'm hearing some of the movies, I don't know if I have the strength.
we might not make it through one of those. Episodes.
I have the strength. This might have to be one of those episodes where longtime listeners know we do this occasionally, where we might just have to video record ourselves just so you can see my reactions to what actually goes down.
All right, so check this out. Zombified chickens attempt to kill the fast food workers that cook them in a restaurant built on an ancient Indian burial ground.
That sounds like a horror movie Mad Lib.
Yeah, and
Right,
it's directed by Lloyd Kaufman, who is one of my favorite directors, just because he.
Any relation to Andy?
I don't think so.
Lame.
Yeah, but he just doesn't give a fuck. But he's also he knows.
I would hope you would give up, not give a fuck if you're doing a movie called Poultrygeist.
Well, he's really good at what he does, and he's a really good distributor and filmmaker and director. But he found out what he wanted to do. He wanted to make fucking garbage movies, and he does it so well. It's hard to think like that's what I love about him. It's like he's like right up Nick Cage's alley. He's like, yeah, I could be an Oscar winner if I wanted, but I'm having more fun just fucking around.
Which is what is insane, because Nicolas Cage, I mean, he's proven to have the talent to be an Oscar. I mean, his nouveau shamanic acting really does have legs and has ground. But then he just keeps on. He just keeps on going on making the shit that he does.
Yeah.
But also, you can't fault the man for it, because he just, honestly, he genuinely seems, I haven't seen a lot of Nicolas Cage. What Nicolas Cage I have seen, it genuinely feels like he's just having fun making the entire movie.
And it should be. It should be fun.
Which definitely think is what, I think that's what makes him such a draw, and why a lot of people like him, is because, just, even if whatever he's doing is riddled in nonsense, he's just having a good fucking time.
And he's giving it his all no matter what. I've said it as like an actor. Excuse me, an actor who's giving it all in a trash movie is like versus like a very good actor who's like, oh, I'm above this. No, that the actor that gives it all no matter what. That's the person I want to see.
Oh, no, he's definitely the actor's actor. He's just acting to act because he loves acting, and it's the only thing he knows, and the only thing that he likes, and the only thing he wants to do.
Yeah. And
it definitely translates, and that's what makes the movie even more enjoyable, because like you're just going along with the ride. Pretty much you're just going on the ride with Nicolas Cage on him doing this whole movie, while also talking about doing a movie while doing the movie, and it's just such a fun ride. And then just like you have like amazing action scenes going on top of that. I mean, you got Pedro Pascal high on acid, in quotation marks. Obviously, it's fake acid. I hope. Maybe he pulled like a Dante from Grandma's Boy and was actually doing real acid, like Dante was doing real marijuana in that entire movie. Fun fact, behind the scenes, for those who have
love that.
For the 200 people that saw Grandma's Boy.
So backpedaling just a little bit. So a movie that I think is basically perfect, besides Mad Max Fury Road, is the Evil Dead remake, the 2013 Evil Dead remake.
Oh, I love that movie.
That if I could make a movie that's even like a quarter as good as that my life would be complete.
I mean, oh man, like that movie was. I mean, I felt like an homage to an homage to the actual Evil Dead, but also still being its own thing.
Right. It jumped off from the original and made it like I love the original Evil Dead trilogy. It's in my top 5.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you know, it gets a little bit more campy with Evil Dead 2, which I still say is the best balance between actual horror and comedy and camp. That is one of the best B movies ever.
Oh yeah.
And then Army of Darkness is just straight up
it's just a cartoon.
Yeah. Which it's awesome. It knows what it is. It never tries to be anything else.
The entire, like, as soon as it starts, it's like very much on the nose, like, oh, we know what we're doing.
Yeah. Which I love them. What I love about the remake is it took that spirit and it was like, all right, we're gonna go more in the direction of the original, the first Evil Dead, and make this shit scary again.
And then at the very end
was so good. I'm gonna try my best to go see Evil Dead Rise on opening night.
Ooh.
I might have to wait. It'll probably be opening day. Like I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go to the midnight premiere, but I might just go by myself. And
I honestly
we were talking about it earlier. It's like I need to go see movies by myself. Otherwise, I'm never gonna go see movies.
I would like to go see the midnight premiere of that, not just to watch the movie. I just want to see the people there at the midnight premiere. It's like when I saw the opening premiere of the Avengers. Like I had a old friend of mine.
I did that too, actually.
Yeah, an old friend of mine just like out of nowhere invited me. She's like, "Hey, I had a date. He canceled on me. You want to go see this movie with me?" Like, "Oh, what movie is it?" Like, "Oh, the Avengers." Like, "Oh, bitch, you don't even know what kind of can of worms you opened up." Yeah, let's go. You know, that sounds like a good time. So I went down to the gateway to see, and just like waiting outside and just seeing. I never felt more normal in my life.
Right?
It's like, oh. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm boring as hell. Look at these motherfuckers. We got Power Rangers here for an Avengers movie.
Dude, it's that same thing when it was like last time I saw Gojira. It was like, I'm home. These are my people.
My people. My people. My people. My nerds.
But yeah, I like honestly, I do want to go see it with friends and everything, but I might go see it by myself. And if it's good enough, I'm going to see it multiple times.
I mean,
if it's as good as the 2013 one,
knowing what I know about you,
I'm probably going to go see it like 3 or 4 times.
Knowing what I know about you, even if it's bad, you're still going to see it multiple times.
Probably. But if it's not as good as I hope it is, I hope it fucking crushes. I'll probably see it once in theaters and watch it on repeat once it gets to VOD.
VOD, which will probably be about like 6 weeks after it comes out, because that's the way we do movies now.
Yeah. But hopefully, I'm rooting for it. I really want it to be good, and yeah, if it is, I'm gonna go see it a bunch.
Seems like it could be.
I'm gonna ask people and be like, "Do you want to go see it?" I was like, "Okay, yeah, I can see it Saturday. Cool. You want to go see it?" It's like, "Yeah, I can do Friday. Cool. Yeah, I can do Sunday. I'm just gonna see it every fucking day,
just with different people, and then just pretty much just watch their
whenever you want to, whenever you can go see it, let's go watch it.
I'm fucking down. Like I said earlier, I need to treat myself to more movies myself. That mean if I just need to take myself to some fucking movies.
So I'm thinking for the next episode, either The Exorcist or I don't know. What do you think? Exorcist could be fun.
I mean, Exorcist could be fun. It has one of my favorite things to say to people. As a quote in that movie.
Your mother sucks cocks in hell?
Yep.
Fucking love that one.
This is a fun thing to just randomly yell. Because I work in a kitchen, everybody knows I get to just yell random ass things. And see, people just happen to be okay with it. Thank you, Gordon Ramsay, for making it okay for me to just swear and yell and say horrible things in a kitchen because I'm in a kitchen.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gordon Ramsay. I appreciate that. Your mother sucks cocks in hell.
All right. Yeah, I think that's going to do it for this week. Go see Massive Talent.
Please watch this movie. This movie deserves so much better than what it got. It is, holy shit, just such a fun. It's just a fun time. It's just a fun time. It's a fun time at the movies, even if you're watching it in your goddamn living room. It's just a fun time.
Longtime viewers. God, I'm terrible at this. Longtime listeners know we actually made it to the send-off, so it's time for that last shot before you go to bed.
That's right. And if you guys made it to this last shot,
and if it's in the middle,
you have a serious drinking problem.
There, do that again.
So many times you should have been drinking throughout this entire thing. How did you make it to the end of this episode and be able to take the last shot? Because we actually were able to tie this off for once. Who hurt you? Hey. 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 I see you.